My aunt had a vision. In 2009, she traveled to Rwanda and did some work with another charity, came back, decided she wanted to do something on her own, and invited us to join her. She talked with her friend Costa, and they decided that Mohanga would be the village we would work in. That's the village Costa settled in after the genocide. It was one of the villages that was most hardest hit by the genocide. So they never received any NGO help or any government help or any kind of help after the genocide.
I overheard my parents talking about this trip to Africa and building a school. And the first thing I wanted to do was come with them. So I asked and they said, yeah, sure. So that's how I really became a part of it, because I wanted to help make a change in the world.
We See Three Hearts for Africa is a local group in Bonnyville who've been working so hard to raise money for their African school. They built the school from the ground up and are so passionate about what it represents.
The school consists of 2 classrooms and an office, and we also have, our focus is really on technology. We purchased a lot of laptops where the kids can actually work every day on their computers, and we're using the program 1 laptop per child. So in their day-to-day, we also have the teachers also have projectors and laptops where they can project most of their learnings up on a board, and the kids can learn from that. The school is going to focus mostly on women and having a large percentage of girls, which is usually hard for them to do just because of the nature of the areas that they live in and how the demographics of the area is set up. So right now we have about 45 children going to our school.
The internet connection is not always there, and with no telephone communication, being stationed in Canada can make it difficult sometimes. But they're so grateful to have an amazing team in Rwanda as well.
The company's actually called TRO, and they've been our on-the-ground support in Rwanda. They take care of everything from purchasing all the supplies, the construction phase. So they've taken care of everything for us. So we got to meet everybody there, and they're one big family down there, which is really nice. So when we actually got to meet everybody, it was a great experience. We found was, while there is poverty, one thing we noticed is there's no homeless people. They may not all have jobs, but the community aspect of how they live is beyond anything we could ever imagine. These people will help each other build houses. They can build their house from the ground up with just the dirt that's underneath their feet. They actually don't know what poverty is. Everybody's happy there.
With 2 visits to Rwanda under their belts, they can't wait for their next trip. They're hoping to go again in June of 2014 to plan some work, focus on the cooperative, and help out with anything that they possibly can.
We went as a group where the school was under construction. It was about 30–35% done. And so we got to help with a little bit of the gardening and helping with the layout of the school. And the visit was amazing. We actually got to see a lot of interesting people. We met all the children, we met all the parents. It was a good community get-together.
We See Three Hearts for Africa could be getting some very exciting news soon, and this could really change the way that they help people.
So a little over a year ago, once we started doing a lot of our fundraising, we found it very challenging to work with corporations and individual people that on a credibility side. So we've made an application to the government for our charity status. It's been a long road. It's a fairly large document that you have to be put together, lots of information. It's a really tough process, which we agree with. There's a lot of charities out there that we believe we have a lot of advantages. We have a good system in place that we want to make sure that we can carry forward. And now we have to wait for approval. The process now is once we do get our status is we'll be a full-fledged charity. We'll be allowed to issue tax receipts, and I think it'll open a whole new window to us for fundraising, give us a lot more options.
Getting other people interested and involved in what we're doing can be difficult too, because we're not a local charity. We're something different, something that steps outside the box. And a lot of people aren't comfortable giving money to go to different places. We don't take any administration fees. 100% of our money hits the ground, literally running in Africa. it all goes to where it needs to go.
Each would agree that although they set out to help and change the lives of others, they've really been left with a powerful change in their own lives.
Well, probably just being able to see all the little kids running around, like they're happy, because that's after like we handed out like pencils and stuff to them.
We felt like we were going to change a lot of things, and we believe we have, but I think they've changed us more in terms of how we look at life and how we treat our possessions and what somebody can do with nothing. Again, the people there have built a life around nothing and are pretty happy to do that.
Working with the people, helping them to change their way of life. I guess helping them to focus on what needs to happen to them and their people.